All right, here we go. Today we have YSL Mondo, one of the co-founders of YSL. Welcome to Vlad TV.
What's up, Vlad? What's up, man?
Well, I mean, now that the trial's over, a lot of people are actually talking about the whole situation and everything else like that, so I figured it was a good time to actually bring you in.
For sure.
So it's your first time here. I want to start at the very beginning. So you grew up in the west side of Atlanta?
Yeah, west side. Vine City to be exact.
Right, that's by the Bluff?
Yeah, it's right by the Bluff. It's just a street that separate the Bluff from Vine City.
Okay. And you grew up around Rollo?
Yeah.
Okay.
One of my real childhood friends. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know Rollo. Interviewed him a couple times.
Yep, real childhood friend, man. We went to middle school together, Boys and Girls Club. Yep, it's my brother.
I'm glad he's out.
Yeah.
I'm glad he's out.
Alhamdulillah.
Okay. And you grew up around a lot of music.
Yep.
I guess your dad and your grandfather actually did music.
Yep.
Okay. And did you have aspirations to do music in the beginning, or?
You said aspirations before my dad, then?
Well, no, I'm saying like when you were young.
You said,
did I do music?
Yeah, I did. I did. I always been one of those kids who liked music. I was always one of the little dancing kids at the family gathering. They used to make me dance and stuff. So I always been into music, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, Young Thug, you met him around high school?
I want to say, yeah, it was around high school, yeah.
Okay, but you didn't really start hanging out until
like
afterwards.
2012 or 13, around that time.
Okay, so during this time, junior high, high school, were you getting in trouble or a relatively good kid?
I kind of was getting in trouble. I'm not going to say normal because it's not normal to get in trouble, but I was doing a little normal little shit, man, getting caught with a little weed at school and normal little fights and shit like that. Like I wasn't no real troublesome kid, but I used to get into a little shit.
Okay, any arrests in high school around that time?
In high school, I think I might have got arrested for like, I think I was gambling one day. I don't even know what the charge was, but I was gambling on the block on Ashby one day, and they locked me up, and that was during high school. I think that's probably like the only time I got locked up in high school.
Okay, but that was just over a little petty.
Yeah, it wasn't
slap
nothing
on the
crazy.
wrist.
Yeah.
Nothing serious. Okay, but you graduate high school, and at what point did you and Young Thug start hanging out more?
Like I said, it was around 2012, if I'm not mistaken, because one of my childhood friends who's from Vine City, he moved to Cleveland. So after a while, he just started calling me like, hey, bro, start coming over here and kicking it with us. And once I went over there, me and Thug kind of connected, but we already kind of knew each other from like high school, Washington. Both of us went to Washington High School on the west side. So it just all kind of connected through one of my other childhood friends, and then that's how me and Thug started connecting, and it just went from there.
Okay, and did Thug have a lot of songs by this time, or he was just starting out?
Yeah, he had a lot. He was already hot. I want to say he already had I Came From That in 1, I Came From That in 2, I want to say was already out.
Huh.
He had other hot songs that was already, he was already kind of hot already.
Right, so he was buzzing in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, and really in other places too. He was hot around that time.
Was he rapping the same way back then?
Yeah, kind of, sort of. But I'm gonna say he probably had more of the Wayne type of sound to it back then, because he was looking up to Wayne real heavy back then. So he kind of had more of the Wayne sound. Then I guess after a while, he kind of gradually got into himself a little more. But he kind of had a little more of the Wayne type of sound back then.
Yeah, I mean, the first time I heard Young Thug, it was like, he doesn't sound like anybody. Because usually you could say, okay, he kind of sounds like this person. Okay, they got this style, but like, Young Thug was like singing, but not really singing, and harmonizing, but not really harmonizing, and rapping, but not really rapping. And it was sort of this weird hodgepodge that worked from the first time you heard it.
Right, you're right.
Okay, so YSL, it was originally based on the clothing?
Yeah, that's how we really came up with it, to be honest. Yeah, I had some Saint Laurent stuff on one day, man, and I walked in one of my buddy's house, and he was already pushing the slime little narrative. That was his thing. I'm King Slime, I'm Triple Cross King. He Triple Cross King. He was already kicking that. So when I walked in there with the Saint Laurent stuff on, he was already saying like, yeah, man, I think y'all should push the young slime like that. The YSL look good on y'all. And once he said that, I just told everybody like, hey man, change y'all name. Like the immediate crew who was around, there was like 5 or 6 of us. I just told him like, hey man, everybody change y'all name on Instagram. Young Slime like Mondo, Young Slime like such and such. And it went from us really just on some kind of joking to it got serious after that, and bruh started rapping about it, and it just started getting, it just, like I said, everything happened organically. Like we didn't really sit back and plan nothing. It just happened like that.
So the word slime, what's the significance of it?
Truthfully, it's no real definition for it because slime can mean anything. Like, of course, the first thing that comes to people's mind is gonna be something grimy or somebody shady, or we that's not what we go about. Like, slime can mean anything. Slime can mean whatever you want to mean. Like, you can mean, but you slime, that mean you cool. Slime can mean you really whatever. It's really no set definition for slime, really, for real. Not to me, it's not. To other people, it might be, but to me, I don't really have a definition for what it really means.
What about slatt? What's the definition of that?
Just like slime love, like you just showing one of your brothers love. Like I see my brother, like, hey, boy, slatt, boy, what's up, slatt, or slatt of when I'm finna get ready to leave. All right, slatt, like it just saying like it's a greeting, basically, like we saying like it's slime love, like it's always love, or just just love. That's all it really means.
But the whole snake thing, how does that incorporate into slime and slatt and so forth?
Of course, the slime is, like I said, it kind of plays into
a slimy snake.
Yeah, so we kind of took that into with the snake. It just kind of went hand in hand with it. So we just started pushing it like that with the snake and stuff like that. It just kind of went hand in hand with the word slime.
Okay, so the original members of YSL, yourself, Young Thug, your brother DK, who's actually here right now in the back, Buck,
yeah, Buck,
Chaz,
yeah, my boy Chaz.
Who else?
Benji, which is one of Thug's cousin. Benji was one of the originals.
Okay. Anyone else?
Who else used to be with us, man? It wasn't that many of us, man. It was like literally 5 or 6 of us, man. That's really about it, man. I still had like my cousin, them like Varus, Chris, and all them, but the main people that was always with us a lot was these people who I'm talking about. Like, that's who. It was like 5 or 6 of us. That's all it was at first. These people who I just talked about.
Well, later on, when the case happened, the DA said that YSL is also a blood gang. Did it start off like that? Was there any truth in that from your point of view?
No, we was. Well, I'm gonna say me. I'm not gonna speak about nobody else. I was already blood way before YSL was even thought about. So we didn't come up with a plan to say, hey, this is gonna be a branch off of a blood set. This basically, like, we started something that we want of ourselves. Like, this is our little family. Like, we didn't start it as no gang, clique, or none of that. We basically, like, this is our own little family outside of our real family. That's all it kind of was. We never said we're gonna start a branch, a subset, or nothing like that. Like, that's just how it. We never said it was gonna be. It don't have nothing to do with blood at all.
When did you become a blood?
Like 2010, I want to say.
A couple years before that. Okay.
Like 2009, 2010.
I mean, in terms of how the Bloods wound up in Atlanta, because obviously it's a LA thing originally. Do you know the history behind it, or?
I'm not just gonna say it's LA because the set that I am originated in New York. It originated in Soundsview.
Talking about Sex, Money, Murder?
Yeah, so you know.
Yeah, but I'm saying originally the Bloods themselves.
Okay. Right. It originated.
Yeah, but I know what you're saying. Yeah,
right.
Sex, Money, Murder is a New York set, which kind of made its way to Atlanta, and that was sort of incorporated into all this.
Right.
Okay, and you said that out of the YSL members who got indicted later on, the ones that you actually knew was Duke, Gunna, of course your brother DK, Slug, Pee Wee Roscoe, Quay.
I don't know Quay personally, but matter of fact, I do know Quay personally. I'm lying. Because it's 2 Quays now. It's 2 Quays that was on the case.
Ah, okay.
It's the dark-skinned Quay, then you got the little light-skinned Quay. I actually know both of them, but we ain't like got a real tight bond, but I know them, we cool though. Like, they good people.
Okay, so you guys formed this clique. You guys are hanging out, and everyone puts the YSL in front of their name except for Young Thug, because he was already signed.
Yeah, he was already signed. His name was Thug. It's still the same name. So I guess around that time, he was signed with Archive, if I'm not mistaken. He was signed with Archive. So he was kind of going through something anyway with like getting his Twitter information and stuff. Like, he was going through something with another label he was signed with, so he really couldn't just change his name at the moment. And I don't think it would have been a good idea for him to change his name anyway, because that's his known Instagram. You feel me? Once you change your name, you'll kind of lose your fans a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I've never heard him call himself YSL Thug or.
Yeah, right. So it wouldn't even be, it wasn't gonna sound right or even be right. So he just left his name what it was once all us changed our name.
Yeah, but I mean, he repped it heavily.
For sure.
The whole time.
He kind of made it go global. I can give him 100%. That. He made it go global. Once he started rapping about it, everybody's just, oh, it's so cool. But we was already doing this stuff before he started rapping about it.
Well, a year later, 2013, the Rich Gang album comes out. and Thug is on that album. You're around during this time?
Yeah. I got Rich Gang tatted on the back of my neck. Like,
Okay.
Yeah.
So you were around when like Birdman starts coming around and everything else like that?
Yep.
And I feel like that's when Thug started getting on my radar. Because it's like, oh shit, well if Birdman is co-signing this and Birdman, you know, I mean, I talked to Birdman. I consider him honestly like the greatest hip hop CEO of all time who just stuck to hip hop.
Exactly.
Didn't do
I fuck with Bird heavy
headphones,
too,
didn't
man.
do shoes, didn't do movies. He basically is
Stuck
like
with the
still
music.
a hip hop CEO to this day. So when he showed up and, you know, I mean, him and Thug got real close.
Yeah,
In fact, I think they tattooed each other's.
Yeah, like Bird, like we really looked at Bird like our real family. Like we call him Unc. Like it got to the point where I didn't even have to be with Thug or call like Unc. He would call my phone sometime like, nephew, where you at? I'm on the way to Atlanta. Like me and him got a real cool relationship. And I like Bird is a good guy.
Yeah, Birdman's cool, man.
I fuck with him.
I think Birdman got YSL tattooed on his arm or something.
I thought that one his hands, his finger or something like that. Yeah.
And Young Thug got, was it Cash Money or Birdman?
It might have
tattooed
been
on him?
Rich Gang or something like
Rich
that, I want to say.
Gang. So they basically tattooed each other's crews.
Yep. That's
how
why I
close they
said
were.
I got Rich Gang on my neck.
You got Rich
DK
Gang
got
on your
Rich
neck?
Gang on him. I want to say Thug got Rich Gang on him and somebody else in our crew got it on him. But yeah, that's like, all right, we was fucking with Bird heavy.
Look,
Still
I
fuck
mean,
with him.
You don't know the future, but I mean, you could honestly say that if Birdman didn't step in when he did, Young Thug might have not become as big as he became. Because I thought that was just a pivotal step that really let everyone know that, like, okay, this guy's official.
I'm not gonna lie, Vlad. The Stoner song, I'm gonna say Stoner, Danny Glover, all those type songs. Like, well, okay, I'm gonna just say Stoner. Stoner was the breakthrough for Thug.
Yeah, that was 2014.
I don't think Bird was really in the mix when those songs got made and when those songs started getting pushed out. Bird kind of came a little bit slightly after that.
Yeah.
So I'm not just gonna say if it wasn't for Bird, his career wouldn't have been what it was, but I feel like that was a big part of his career. The Rich Gang movement with Quan, with Rich Homie Quan and all that. It just made it something. It just made it bigger than what it probably would have been. It probably would have took him a little longer probably to get big, but I don't want to just say like that was the main thing that made him.
No, I wouldn't say it's the main thing, but it's a big deal.
It was.
It's a big deal considering the track record of a Birdman.
sure.
Right, because Stoner came out and everyone's like, yo, who is this guy?
Exactly.
In fact, I remember right around this time, I was in New Orleans for All-Star Weekend.
That's when I was down there. It was like 2014.
Yeah, I think we were probably both at the same
all of us
time.
was down there.
And
We was
remember,
on tour around that time.
Yep, I was on stage with a bunch of people, like Meek Mill was there and Drake was there, and Drake was DJing, and he was playing Stoner
Factual.
in his set.
Yep.
And I'm like, oh, Drake is on Young Thug.
Right.
Early. Oh, okay, this is a big deal right here.
Facts.
You're starting to see it all come together. Mm-hmm. And at that point, Rich Homie Quan was in the mix.
Yep.
And everyone was doing music together, and everyone sounded good together. Now you know Quan as well.
I
You
know him
knew
personally.
Quan,
That's my
unfortunately.
brother.
Rest in peace.
Long live Quan, man. That's my brother.
What was that relationship like with everyone in the beginning?
You know, man, like I said, it always was like a family vibe, man, and it was just all love, man. It was just all love. And that was one of the most, that was a fun part of my life right there, man, because it's like everybody was together, everybody was one. And it just that's when bro career started really going. So it just like, that was like a big point of our life at that moment. The Rich Gang era, it was just a fun time, man. Like we was on tour, everybody was just getting along. Everything was good, bro. It was just all love back then, man. It was no funny style shit going on. It was no beefing, like none of that shit was going on at all.
Yeah, I did Quan's first interview. And me and him have been rocking together the whole time. So, yeah, I loved when I saw him popping and him and Young Thug had hit songs together and everything, like Lifestyle and so forth. It was like, all right, everyone's popping. There's a whole new Atlanta movement with its own sound. And everyone seems like they're elevating up. Was it around this time that you got arrested?
I got arrested shortly after that. It's like I went on tour with him for a little while, and then like right in the middle, close towards the end, like when they start kind of branching off from each other, Rich Homie and Thug, it was like right at that little moment I had to go to prison because I was already fighting the case. So I had a pending case already, and then I had to end up taking time for the pending case right around that era. So I kind of caught like the ass end of the situation, of the Rich Gang situation.
It was a robbery charge?
Yeah, it was a robbery charge.
What exactly happened?
Man, we and one of my buddies, he's still in prison for it right now. Me and my brother, man, free quiet. We was just young and stupid back then, man. It ain't like we needed the money. It just we wasn't thinking back then. We was on drugs real heavy. We was on Molly and we was just on some young nigga wild shit and didn't really care about nothing, Vlad. We was just doing shit, and we robbed some dude. The case is over with now. We done did time for it, so I can say we robbed the dude. But they basically trying to say I set it up, so I got charged with robbery. That's why I only did 5 years, and they gave my brother 10 years because they trying to say I was the one who set it up and he was the one who actually. But you know, that's how it happened, man.
Okay, so
it was basically some petty shit that we didn't have. I regret it to this day, but you know.
So now you get 5 years, and you're what, 22 at the time?
Was I 22? Yeah, I was like 22. Yeah.
I mean, you're friends with Thug. He's blowing up. You're going along with this whole wild ride, and then suddenly you got to go to prison.
Yeah.
So I know that hurt.
It hurt. It was devastating, man. Because I'm like, damn, like I'm going to prison right around this gap when my brother is finna be this big superstar, and now I got to go to prison. Like I'm looking back, looking back from prison, like damn, man, my brother, like I called him when I was in there. He was like, bro, I just touched my first million. I had just got to diagnostic. It's a place called Jackson. That's when you get sentenced to go to prison, you got to go through a diagnostic. So once I got the diagnostic, I called him or whatever. He was like, bro, I just touched my first million, bro. You went to prison around the wrong time. I didn't want to hang up the phone. Like, bro, I don't want to hear this shit, bro. Like, damn, bro. Like,
yeah.
But yeah, bro.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yep.
That's tough. Now, when you got locked up, Quan used to send you money?
Yep. Quan
so you guys were really close like that?
Yeah, that was my brother. He got my name in songs, and like, that's my real brother. Like, even after I got out of prison, I used to pull up to Camp Creek and stuff like that and see him or at the Target or whatever, just grocery shopping, and it was always love. Like, they'd always been my brother, man. Like, he done gave me thousands of dollars in prison. He was one and only, I can only count on one hand how many niggas was giving me some when I was in prison. He one of them.
Well, before he got, locked up, Young Thug was rocking with Birdman, and he had met Lil Wayne around this time, but I think you said that he felt that Lil Wayne didn't like him. Yeah,
because Wayne was always standoffish when we came around. Like he'll walk, like all us can be in the room like this, he'll just walk and just walk on past us or something. He just felt like he didn't like, cause he was always standoffish. Like he didn't really say nothing too much. But I used to tell bro, like, I don't know, bro, maybe he just, we ain't nothing to him, to be honest. Like we some little niggas to him. Like he ain't really studying us. I don't think he don't like you. It's just he ain't looking at us like we somebody. You feel me? Like, and I also thought too, like maybe Wayne used to be thinking like this little nigga trying to steal my swag. And Bird got him around, so he probably was looking at Bird sideways, like, you bringing another nigga around who sounded like me or want to be like me. But I could be wrong, but just how I was thinking. Like, I was trying to give bro different options to think, like, bro, maybe it's this, maybe it's that. I don't think he don't like you. But yeah, he's just standoffish a lot.
Well, I mean, Birdman and Lil Wayne were going through their own financial problems around that time. Yeah. And then Young Thug comes in, and I mean, I don't feel like he sounded like Lil Wayne, but he also started putting out projects called The Barter.
Yeah, he looked up to Wayne. He looked like up. He'll tell you. He'll tell you himself. He looked it up to Wayne, and he sounded. That's kind of like some of his flow. That's where he got his style from a little bit, for sure.
Okay, so you're locked up, but things are starting to happen on the outside. So Lil Wayne's tour bus gets shot up. Pee Wee Roscoe ended up pleading guilty for it.
Right.
You know Pee Wee Roscoe.
Yeah.
He was one of the original guys.
Yeah, he's my brother.
When you heard about that situation, what did you think?
It was kind of puzzling to me because I'm like, like, what the hell? Like, why did you feel what I'm saying? We ain't really having no problems with Wayne. Like, how the hell did? But I was in prison, so I don't know what was going on. But it threw me off because I'm like, like, we ain't really having no problems with Wayne. Like to the point where it's serious, like threatening. Like you feel me? Like I just didn't understand what was going on, so I just I'm doing prison time, so a lot of stuff I couldn't really just be sitting there trying to worry about like that because I'm doing time. So,
but you're hearing about it in prison.
Yeah, I'm hearing about it. But I still talk to people on the street. So people telling me and stuff what's going on, but I'm not really full-fledged trying to get to the nitty-gritty of it. I'm just like, damn, that happened. Okay, like, certain stuff I'm just bursting it off. But it was a crazy situation, man, because all of us was like together.
Right, and Pee Wee Roscoe ended up getting 10 years.
Yeah.
He pled guilty.
Yeah.
He could have gotten more.
Yeah.
Okay. How'd you feel when he got the 10 years?
He was blessed. And he was blessed, basically. Hell yeah. And I really was surprised, like, damn, Roscoe, you took 10 years. In my mind, I'm thinking, like, I know that shit beatable, because in my mind, I'm like, I know Roscoe ain't did that, but he played it out to it, so hey, he took 10 years, and shit, he all right now, I guess.
Well, and then YSL and YFN, there started to be some friction between the two crews. Yeah. Do you know guys in YFN?
Man, the only guys that I really know of personally like that is guys like Bloody J, Ola Player and stuff like that. But a lot of them guys I don't really know personally. I don't. But all us was one at first. All us was just one family, one crew, whatever you want to call it. Wasn't no gang or nothing. We was just one. All us was one all together. When I went to prison, that's when everything separated.
Well, and this is where it gets kind of hazy, because according to the prosecution, they said that a falling out happened when Young Thug wanted to sign Rich Homie Quan, and Quan didn't want to sign.
That's a lie.
To YSL.
That's a lie.
Now, to be fair, though, and I kept this quiet because me and Quan had conversations about this, and I told him I wouldn't mention anything, but now Quan is gone, right? So, I could talk about certain things.
Exactly.
And the case is over as well, because I also didn't want to bring up certain things that would ultimately end up being in the case, but the case is over. But Quan felt that, he was being pressured by Thug to sign, and he was like, if I had signed, I'd end up in jail with the rest of these guys of how they ended up. And he didn't want to sign, and he felt that Nut got in the middle of that situation, according to him.
It probably could have went that way, but from how I'm looking at it is, and I could be wrong, but why would Thug want to sign Quan when Quan was already having hot songs before Thug did?
That's true.
So how would that work out? How would Thug want to sign an artist who's already having hit songs before he did? So that don't even sound, you feel me? Like, I never understood why people kept saying, oh, they got mad because Thug wanted to sign Quan. Like, sign him to what label? He didn't have a label at that point. He didn't have he didn't have the label with Atlantic Records. He didn't have the label deal then.
Okay, but isn't Gunna signed to Thug?
Yeah. Because 300? At that point, he had got a label deal.
Oh, that came later on?
Yeah, it came later on. Around the Rich Game time. Okay. Yeah, around the Rich Game time, he didn't have a label deal.
Okay, so you're saying that story is not true?
No.
Yeah, I mean, we'll probably never know.
He probably tried to sign to get him to sign with Bird, or trying to sign some type of deal with Bird, probably. But signing actually to Thug, no.
But you said that Young Thug never actually signed a Birdman officially. It was just a handshake.
No, sir. It was no paperwork never done, nothing ever exchanged, no agreement, nothing. It was just all off of love.
Okay. So that situation is that situation. We'll never know the truth behind it, because a lot of the people behind it are now gone.
Exactly.
Rest in peace to everyone who's not around anymore.
Exactly.
Now, you said you never really hung around Lil Woody, but
never.
There was a time where you saw him in the studio with the Young Thug.
Yeah, I seen him one time.
Yeah.
And I never went back around ever since then. Like,
so literally. You never went around Young Thug because of Woody?
Well, okay. Every time that I knew when I seen he was hanging with these type of group of guys, I'm like, cause it was weird to me. We don't, like, where did these guys come from? They weren't around back then. Like, they just popped up now that you got. So I don't operate like that. Like, I look at it like, damn, bro, what niggas was when we didn't have nothing. Now y'all niggas want to jump on a nigga bandwagon when we in rotation. Now we got money now. Y'all niggas want to come around. So that type of shit I don't be with. I can't tell him who to hang with. So I just fell back. Like, every time I know brother I'm around or them extra niggas around, I don't want to be around. I'm cool.
Well, what did you know about Woody at that time?
I just knew he was a guy from Mechanicsville, man. They was on some blue jean bandit snatch and grab type of shit. Like, you feel me? Like, I ain't really know too much of all. He's just from Mechanicsville. We are from Atlanta, so of course our names gonna be ringing bells in each other's ears. So he's just a nigga from Mechanicsville.
Well, then on January 5th, 2015, you're locked up at the time, but a situation happened at Club Crucial, which is owned by T.I. So according to the paperwork, they're saying that Woody was in the club. He had a bunch of cash, like $25,000. He was showing it off on stage. And then Shell Kell, who's Nut's brother, allegedly tried to rob him.
Yeah, I heard that story, yeah.
And a big fight broke out. I interviewed Woody about it. I mean, he did say that this happened. Shots rang out. He said they were already gone by that time, but it was this big, messy situation.
Right.
What do you know about that?
Like I just heard it in the streets, and I was hearing story. I heard the same story that you heard. I haven't heard it out of nobody else's mouth who was actually there. I ain't heard Woody say it. I ain't asked him. I don't know who Shell Kell is. I never talked to him, but nothing like that. So I just heard the story. I heard the same exact story that you heard. I don't really know too much information about it. I can't give you facts. I can't give you this. I just heard the story.
Right, and
obviously if Woody said it, then it 9 out of 10, it most likely happened that way.
Woody said a lot.
Yeah.
Woody said a lot.
Right.
You know, in interrogation rooms and everything else like that. But
exactly.
According to the case, they're saying that after that robbery happened, or the attempted robbery happened, they're saying that there was a meeting at a McDonald's, and they're saying the Young Thug put a green light on all YFN members. I'm not saying it's true.
Right.
But ultimately, this is what,
that's
the DA, this was her story, and this is why everyone got arrested.
Exactly.
They said 5 days later, Woody allegedly approached Young Thug, and he said he needed a car to rent in order to kill Big Nut, who was basically getting into the middle of the situation.
Right.
And on January 10th, the DA claims that Young Thug orchestrated the murder of Nut. Shannon Stillwell, a.k.a. SB, was accused of being the shooter. Do you know SB?
Yeah, no, Shannon.
Okay. A shooting happened. We're not quite sure who was in the car and so forth. They're saying that Woody orchestrated it. They're saying that SB was the shooter. But ultimately, a car pulls up. Nut is in front of a barbershop. Shots rang out. Nut gets killed. 2 other people get shot, including a 14-year-old boy and a man in his 20s. And after the shooting happened, I think Shell Kell was there. And,
I'm not
well, it was his brother. His brother was there. I'm not sure if it was Kell or someone else.
Right.
But allegedly, Nut's last words were, "Thug had me killed."
That's my first time ever hearing that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my first time ever hearing
it's in the
that.
paperwork.
That's crazy. Yeah, I never really, that's crazy.
And then Woody told the police that he met up with Young Thug right after the murder, went to Young Thug's apartment, and started preparing to leave town.
Yeah.
But that night, all hell broke loose in Atlanta.
Yeah.
You know about this.
Yes.
Woody's baby mother's house gets shot up that night. Then a couple hours later, Woody's brother's neighbor's house gets shot up. They find out it's the wrong house.
Damn,
then go back and shoot up Woody's brother's house.
Yeah. I ain't know that.
Yeah. And then Woody ends up leaving to Miami.
Mm-hmm.
Did you hear about all the shootings and all the mess that was happening?
Yeah, I was hearing about it. because around that time I still was in prison.
You were still in prison?
Yeah.
I'm not saying you were there, you were involved, but you're hearing about it.
I heard about every single thing that was going on. I kept my ear to the streets now, but
Yeah. What did you think of this whole situation?
I really just felt like it was some dumb shit, man. It was kind of stupid because, like I said, all us was together, like literally every day in the studio together, recording together, on tour together. So it just, in my mind, I'm like, what the fuck just happened? Like, what happened within this time? I just went to prison. It ain't even been a year. I wasn't even a full year into my bed yet, my prison bed. And all this shit just started unraveling. I'm like, what the fuck just happened just that fast? Like, I just didn't, it was just stupid to me, man. Because I'm like, damn, bro, we did all this to make it out. Now, right at the time we making it out of this shit, y'all, it's all this dumb shit going on. It was stupid to me, man.
Well, yeah, because Woody leaves town, he comes back, and after he comes back, YFN Lucci's mother's house gets shot up.
Yeah.
And then there was a bunch of situations that happened with Woody. There was one shooting that happened, and then there's another shooting that happened where he had his 8-month-old daughter with him.
Yeah.
Where he had his daughter in the car seat. He comes outside, a car pulls up, starts to shoot. He ends up bringing the daughter in the house, grabbing a gun, shooting back. The driver gets shot, crashes. So this is just a total catastrophe that's happening all over the place.
Yeah. And it happened I think that shit was going on for a little second, I want to say, too.
Yeah. Well, according to the DA, they're saying that Nut's murder caused 37 violent acts of retaliation and 4 murders.
You saying what, from the time that shit happened with Nut to basically it was 34
37 violent acts of retaliation and 4 murders.
I think they might be adding a little juice to it, but I don't know.
I'm
But
sure
goddamn, I mean, it probably did happen. Shit, all this shit going on. Once motherfuckers get killed and shot, man, it's like ain't no telling. You can't really squash that type of shit. Even if no matter what happened, like once people start dying and getting shot and shit like that, you can't squash it. So it probably did. That many crimes probably did happen.
Right, because then in November 2015, Shell Kell got arrested because there was a drive-by where they say he was trying to kill SB, but instead, a woman gets killed, a 25-year-old mother of 2.
And what is supposed to happen at?
This happened in Atlanta.
I don't know.
At a restaurant where a car got shot up on Milton Avenue. SB survived, but the driver, Tanya Bogan Jones, a 25-year-old mother of 2, died from a headshot.
Okay, yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
I remember I talked to Woody about it. Yep, he said he was upset over it because this woman had nothing to do with nothing.
Yep, I remember that.
Sorry.
You heard about that situation?
Yeah, I saw it.
What did you think when you heard that? Just is what it is.
No, it's just like, get who you trying to get. Not I mean, like, people pull up their eyes closed again, you know what I mean? Like, I ain't, you know what I mean? Because it's like, I don't want to provoke people, you feel what I'm saying, for what I had to say. But it's just like too many innocent people, you feel what I'm saying? Like,
she's a mom.
Exactly.
Now you got 2 kids that are growing up with no mother.
Yeah.
Over some shit she had nothing to do with.
Exactly.
She just happened to be in the car with someone who was, you know, allegedly involved in something, and there was retaliation and so forth.
Yep.
Long story short, it's a mess.
Yeah.
Both sides are losing people. People are going to prison. People getting shot. People losing their lives. It's a disaster.
Yeah.
So then in 2018, you get out of prison.
Yep.
Doing almost 5 years?
I did, 4.5.
4.5.
Mm-hmm. They got paroled out. They let me parole out.
Okay. What was it like your first day out?
My first day out was lit. I'm not gonna lie. My mom, my dad, my daughter, my brothers. Actually, one of my friends I met in prison, he had got out before I did. And he was always telling me like, bro, when you get out, bro, I'm gonna be there for you. And I be damn. He was really in the Sprinter van with my mom and my dad and my family when they came and got me in. They took me straight to Thug. I didn't know this though. I ain't know where I'm like, I started seeing we was going towards downtown area. I'm like, where we going, y'all? Like, I need to go change. Well, no, matter of fact, I had on a little brand new little Nike outfit and some fresh S1 or whatever. But I'm like, where we going, y'all? Like, tell me where we're going. They like, nah, we finna take you somewhere. Just chill. We pull up to the Intercontinental. I said, it clicked. Then I said, oh, nah, y'all taking me right here to meet my brother. Because I talked to him like 2-3 days before I had got out. And we pulled up right to the Intercontinental, man. I met Thug. It was my first time meeting Gunna. He took me shopping, you know, the normal stuff when your man's is rich now, man. Your man's done, and your man's get out of jail. We do the normal shit. We go shopping, gave me a bankroll, and we go clubbing and partying and whatever. Had a good time, man. It was just like, but before I went to prison, my brother didn't have none of that what he did. So now I'm getting out. I'm like, damn, like we made it now.
Rich.
Yeah, we made it now. That's how I'm looking at it, like, damn, boy, we really for real rich now. Like,
right. Well, like you said, you met Gunna for the first time.
Yep, that's my
you
first time.
You said he was cool when you first met him.
He always been cool. Like, I can't say nothing bad about him or none of his crew. Like, the shady part, like him, Buka, Nietzsche, Money Mark, all them always been good people, bro. They never showed me no weird shit. They never did no flaw shit. They always been cool, genuine people, though.
Yeah, and Gunna's a Crip.
Yeah.
But based on everything that I saw throughout the case, it didn't seem like he was really involved in anything outside of music, really. Like, he was in the car when he got caught with some guns, but it was...
Yeah,
Gunna he didn't seem like he was an active gangster on any level.
Nah, man. Gunna, Gunna player. He on some... That's why he be, the pushing the P and all. They Gunna player, nigga, man. He ain't with all that. Like, shout a player. So he never really probably been in... I'm not saying he not a street guy or he not gonna handle his business, but, you know, he never really just probably been in the streets that heavy to really get caught up with doing that.
Well, you said around this time you started distancing yourself from YSL because there was a bunch of yes men and crash outs.
For sure.
Explain.
Like I said about the Wooder situation, I don't mean to keep bringing his name up, but It's just once I see certain people around, I'm not the type of nigga, I don't like to be fake kicking it. I don't really like doing nothing fake or cap. I'm not with it. I'm not with it. So I just started seeing a lot of these niggas around, a lot of yes mans, just a lot of do boys and a lot of like funny style ass niggas around. I don't want to be around that type of shit. I want to be around a nigga. If I'm doing something wrong, I want you to be able to like, hey, don't yes to everything I say. Like tell me like, hey, I don't think that's right. I don't want a bunch of yes man, do boy type of niggas around me. I want other niggas who he's capable to be a boss too. He's capable to be a boss. I don't want a bunch of workers and do boys and yes mans around me. What they gonna make me like? I'm trying to be around other bosses, other real niggas, I don't want to be around no yes man. So that's why I kind of like fell back from the situation. I don't really like shit like that, Vlad. I'm not with that type of shit at all.
I mean, do you think that Thug kind of got drunk on having so many people around him that are willing to just crash out and do everything, and he's King Slime and everything he does is gospel, and you know, I mean, because everyone goes through this to a certain degree. I remember when I first started getting money and started getting fans, it's like I had people around me that were willing to just, people I didn't like, they would do whatever, you know, and you have to check yourself because that's how you get caught up.
Yeah, but it's hard to check yourself when you get a lot of money. You'll be blind to it. You'll be blind to the fact that people around you for the wrong, you don't see it sometimes.
Right. And if you look at 90% of problems with rappers, it's always the entourage.
Exactly.
It's rarely the rapper doing the actual situation.
Exactly.
It's someone around them that's trying to impress them, trying to show out, still in the streets, still robbing, scamming, stealing, shooting, and then the DA goes after the big guy because
that's who got the most paper.
That's who got the most paper, and that's who give him the most clout.
Exactly.
So you were seeing by that time a lot of dudes around Thug that was just shouldn't have been around him.
Exactly, brother.
Okay.
Exactly.
Now you and Thug had a disagreement about who started YSL around this time.
Yeah, I'm not gonna really say it was basically about that. It was about some other personal shit that me and him had going on, and I felt like he was around that gap. He had went live. See, a lot of people thought I just went on the internet first and just started saying shit. No, I was responding to something I thought he was talking about to me. He had went live one day and my name King Drip Mondo. Like I always been pushing the drip god or the King Drip. Like I've always was pushing that. So he had went live one day and he was saying like, yeah, I'm the drip god. I'm the reason why niggas tighten their pants up. I'm the reason why niggas turn 30s. And so in my mind, he was like, yeah, they didn't call y'all niggas gay. They called me gay and da-da-da. So in the back of my brain, I'm like, who else are you talking about? I know me and you had all the differences. If don't nobody else know, I know you talking about me or you trying to shoot at me. At least that's what I thought. So that's what made me go on the internet and say, hey man, these niggas getting beside themselves. I'm the one that started this shit. It wouldn't be no da-da-da. That's what made me go respond. I didn't just bust out and just say that about him. I thought he was kind of getting a big head. I'm not gonna lie, I thought my brother was getting a big head and was kind of like shooting at me or talking shit about me basically, which I don't know. I mean, I knew why, because me and him had some other shit going on, but yeah, I was responding. I didn't just go on the internet and just say some shit. I was responding to what I thought he was talking about to me.
Well, the whole thing with the fashion and the wearing the dresses and so forth, and I feel like Thug did it on purpose.
Yeah, I can say that.
He wore dresses and everyone called him gay, and he would wear more dresses.
Yeah, I can
say that. You know what I'm saying? And I remember I even did interviews where I talked about that with like Adrian Broner and stuff like that, and he would repost it and so forth. Like, like Adrian Broner's like, yeah, Young Thug's not gay. We've had sex with the same girls. And, Young Thug reposted the video and everything. And it was like,
my brother definitely not gay. It's just,
I know, but he was playing around with the promo of people asking about it. Like, when you wear a dress, it's going to come with that.
Exactly. He was saying that he had the little lingo over my love, my hubby.
Yeah.
That thing was going on around there too. Yeah, he was saying all that shit. I believe he just started getting smart and realizing, okay, this shit actually kind of helping me. I'm going to keep doing it. I feel like that's what he started just saying, fuck it. All right, y'all saying I'm wearing dress and shit, and this shit is helping me. I'm going to keep throwing on dresses and doing weird shit. Like,
right.
I feel like he just started trying to use that as a way to kind of like, get his shit through the door a little more.
Well, around 2019, you caught an aggravated assault case.
Mm-hmm.
A shooting happened?
Yeah, a shooting happened. It was like on some family brawl shit. Like we was out there, baby mamas, and it was on some family brawl shit. And didn't nobody get shot, but somebody got grazed, like literally grazed. So And you know, like almost like what you were saying about the big dog shit, I'm probably like the biggest person that was there at the moment. And you know, that's out the gate, they said my name. So I end up having a warrant for aggravated assault. But I end up beating all that because it was a bunch of like, I didn't shoot no damn body. Like, somebody got grazed. Like, I didn't.
I mean, this whole case is over now. Were you the shooter that grazed the person?
Yeah, alleged.
Okay.
That's what they said. Yeah,
that's what they said.
Yeah,
okay. Yeah. Well, your lawyer was Fani Willis.
Yeah.
In this particular case.
Yeah.
Now, your cousin recommended her.
Yep. One of my cousins worked at a law firm, and
right. This is before she was a DA.
Yeah, that was before she was a DA.
Right.
Yeah. So when I caught the case or whatever, and I was just looking for different lawyers, and like everybody I was looking at was wanting some 60s, 80,000s, and shit like that. I'm like, at this point, I'm like, bro, I don't got 80,000. Like, I'm gonna be flat broke after this, so I'm trying to budget at this point. And I talked to my cousin one day. She was like, hey, I know this lady named Miss Willis. I'm like, cuz I never heard of this lady. Never heard of this lady in my life. So I was kind of skeptical. Like, I'm not finna give her 30, 40,000. Like, I never heard of this lady. What cases have she beat? Like, what have she done? So my cousin was like, cuz I'm not gonna introduce you to nobody who's some bullshit. She's a good lawyer. So I'm like, all right, cuz, I'm gonna trust you. And I went with her, bro, and I be damned, she was a good lawyer. I didn't know she used to be, she was a judge, some type of other judge before. Then she started practicing to be a lawyer. Then she started being, I didn't even know she had all that going on. So she had pull, man. She knew judges, she knew DAs, and she worked her move, man, and she helped me basically get off of that aggravated assault case.
Right, because the aggravated assault was dropped for a lesser charge, and then they put you in a program.
A 9-month drug program.
And then she even got the program time lowered.
Because of COVID kicked in around that time.
Exactly.
So instead of the 9 months, I only did 6 months, and I came home, and I was on the ankle monitor for like 3 months for the remainder time that I supposed to did in the drug program.
Yeah, and you paid her like 40,000?
Yeah, I gave her like 37, some shit like that. I just rounded off to 40,000. Yeah.
Well, there was rumors the two of you were having a romantic relationship.
Hell nah, man. Nah. I mean, you know, she's a nice looking lady now, you know, but I ain't never did that with this lady, man. Okay. If I did, I don't care saying it. I don't mind saying, yeah, I fucked Miss Willis, but nah, man, I ain't had nothing going on with this lady.
There was a rumor that her and Nut had a romantic relationship.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about that. I don't even know where the hell people got that from, and I'm still trying to figure out, like, is it true? Like, I don't know, but you know, people make up all type of shit, so I don't know.
Okay, so you beat that case, you do the program, but you're still out.
Mm-hmm.
The next year, 2021. I mean, you're not aware of any of this, but Woody gets arrested.
Mm-hmm.
And he gets interrogated. And in the interrogation, he just starts spilling everything. He starts talking about Young Thug. He starts talking about the murder. He starts saying how Young Thug isn't taking care of him, but he's putting himself in all these violent situations because of his affiliation, and he's saying he can help set up Young Thug and everything else like that. When you saw those tapes later on, what'd you think?
In my mind, the first thing I said, I told you. I'm like, I told you, that's why them type caliber niggas don't need to be around. Because look what happened. This guy's the reason why I goddamn took you down. You didn't need them type of caliber guys around. And that's all I was trying to tell my brother. Like, I don't know if he was looking at it like I don't know if because he was having so much money, he looking at it like I couldn't tell him then because he had more money than me, but I'm your real friend, brother. I'm just trying to tell you because a lot of this shit I done seen. I came from OGs. My dad is a real boss. My dad is a real legend in Atlanta. Like this, so I came from that cloth already, and I've been seeing this type of shit at a young age. So I'm basically trying to tell my brother, like, we don't need these type of guys around. And I'd be damn, boom, look what happened.
Yeah, that happens. And then in May of 2021, YFN Lucci and 11 other people get charged with a RICO by your old lawyer, Fani Willis.
Mm-hmm.
Woody goes back to prison. And then a few months later, Lucci gets stabbed in jail. Mm-hmm. And the prosecutors say the Young Thug put the green light on him.
Right.
But the animosity between Lucci and Thug is out there.
Right.
There's songs back and forth. You know, I've done interviews with Lucci and I mentioned Young Thug and he said what he said. And, you know, Young Thug would respond and he'd be angry and so forth. Exactly. So there was a lot of back and forth. But then on May 9th, 2022, Young Thug and 27 other people affiliated with YSL get arrested for RICO. Fani Willis said that he's the leader of Young Slime Life Operation, which is a gang as well as a record label. There is murder for hires, there's gang activities, there's violence. You know, then when they search his house, they find, I think, lean and a Glock with a switch. So there's 6 additional felony charges. And everything is crazy at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you actually panicked when you
Overly
heard the
panicked.
news.
I did. I overly panicked. Matter of fact, when I was sitting in the bed, I found it out by scrolling on Instagram. I was in the bed one night, man, me and my girl, I'm just scrolling on Instagram and I'm fucking around to see. I'm thinking I thought it was fake. Like I'm seeing some like YSL indicted, and I started seeing real names, Jeffrey Williams. Matter of fact, I called DK. I'm like, DK was at work. DK had just got out of prison from doing like 9 years.
Mm-hmm.
I called him, I'm like, bro, you see this shit on the internet? He was like, where, bro? He was at work, man. This man damn near stopped work and finna walk out because it was devastating to him. Like, he ain't even been around these people. This man just did 9 years, like, haven't been associated with none of these people. So I called him first, like, bro, do you see this shit, bro? Y'all boy just got indicted. In my mind, I'm thinking, like, at any given moment, if I scroll up some more or any longer,
There's your name.
That's my name. So this whole time, I'm really panicking, like, trying to figure out, like, what the hell is going on. And then on top of that, it's puzzling to me, too, because I'm like, Miss Willis was just my lawyer. So I'm trying to figure out, like, how this goes. So I went to finding out legal terms and legal studying shit at this point, because I'm like, can they lock me up? Or, like, what the fuck going on? Like, what the hell can they? Because a lot of these people that they throwed on the case haven't did nothing. So in my mind, I know I haven't did that, but I'm like, they probably just throw me in the mix because of who I am or who I've been associated with. You feel me? So that shit was so scary to me, bro, and so crazy. It was just crazy to me, bro, how this shit just, like, happened out of nowhere like this. On top of that was my lawyer, so that shit was just, shit was damn near like I need to write a book about this shit. Like, this shit is crazy. Like, people wouldn't even believe half of this shit like that be going on in my life. Like, folks would think this shit cap.
Well, your brother DK, he was part of that arrest as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
DK got locked up. He was the main 3. When they said the founders, it was Jeffrey Williams, Walter Murphy, and I forgot Slug name. That was the main 3 people named that was on the top of the indictment.
So this is really hitting close to home.
Yes.
Down to your brother.
Yes.
And everyone's in jail, no bails,
Yep.
and it's a RICO. Now, it's not a federal RICO, but it's a state RICO, which sounds just as scary.
Hell yeah. Especially when you got all the shit that was attached to it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And then Gunna turns himself in 2 days afterwards. He gets charged with 1 count of conspiracy to violate the RICO Act, and he's sitting in jail along with everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
So no one knows what's going on because this whole thing is crazy. But then at the end of the year, the plea deals start coming together, and Gunna had one of the first plea deals.
Yep.
Now, like I said earlier, Gunna didn't really do anything. Gunna wasn't involved in any of the criminal activities they try to say.
Right.
He was just around.
Right.
So, and I remember me and Gunna's lawyer were talking a lot during this time.
Drew? Was it Drew Finley? No, not Drew Finley.
Is it Steve Sadow?
No, I thought it was Drew Finley.
No. Drew Finley was Lucci's lawyer.
Okay, so who the fuck, who the hell his lawyer was? Bruce, I
believe it's Steve Sadow.
You might be right though. I don't know why I thought he had a different lawyer.
Gunna, hold on.
If I'm not mistaken, I thought he had.
Yeah, Steve Sadow.
Okay.
Yeah,
does that guy he got hair, like long hair or some shit?
Let me see. No, this is this guy right here.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, I'm tripping. Okay,
yeah,
okay.
There's like a few big lawyers. Drew Finling is one. Brian Steele's another, and Steve Sadow is like the third. So there's like 3 big lawyers that are in the mix, that are handling all the big dogs, basically.
Exactly.
So basically, what Steve told me was that had Gunna just gone through the process, he would have gotten out anyways.
Exactly.
They would have dropped the charges, but he had a chance to get out early with a certain level of cooperation.
Exactly.
Now, what's interesting, you pointed this out, is that a bunch of the guys in the YSL case had the exact same plea deal that Gunna got. Were asked the exact same questions, gave the exact same answers, and were all given plea deals.
Yep.
But Gunna's plea deal was on video.
Exactly. He was the only one that was on video.
That was the only one that's on video.
Yep.
I didn't notice that until I actually went to the notes and saw that you said that.
Yep.
And that created shockwaves in the hip hop industry. When you first saw that video, what'd you think?
It threw me off, man, because I'm like, bro, I know you ain't did nothing, bro. You know you ain't did nothing, bro. So you mean to tell me you just gonna go in there and just throw everybody under the bus? Like, you know you ain't did shit. You know all you had to do is just sit down and ride it out, my brother. It's all right. Like, you was around, bro. You know what's going on. And if you saying you my dog, ride this shit out with me. You know you ain't did nothing, brother. Ride it out. You gonna throw me under the bus? Like, you basically saying, fuck me, fight for your everybody, fight for themselves type shit. Like, that's what hurt me. Like, it was more, I wasn't really mad. It was more hurt. Like, damn, these niggas like folding on my brother. Like, y'all folding on him, bro. Like, damn, bro, y'all throwing him under the bus. Y'all taking pleas and all this old shit, saying yes to certain shit, and then Gunna, you got pulled over with, bro, one day with some shit in the car, and you basically saying when none of that shit yours is his. That's what really fucked me up. It wasn't the yes about YSL being the gang. It was the shit about you being in the car with bro, and you basically saying when none of that shit yours is all his. You said yes to that shit. You said no, it wasn't yours. Yes, it was his shit. Like, that shit threw me off, bro, because I'm like, damn, bro, it's changed a lot of you guys' lives, bro, and y'all just said fuck him, basically.
Well, yeah, the judge said YSL is a music label and a gang. Your personal knowledge of YSL members have committed crimes in furtherance of the gang. And Gunna said, yes, ma'am.
Yep.
There was a pause. You could tell that he wasn't ready for it.
Yeah, he really didn't want to say that. He knew he was doing something wrong. He knew that shit was.
He's like, yes, ma'am.
Yeah, because he's been in the back of his brain, get what he thinking about. I'm finna go home. I get to go home. Yes, ma'am. So, you know, he folded, man. He folded. He definitely folded. He folded under pressure.
Do you know, because, you know, there was always questions whether Young Thug wanted him to take the plea deal, whether he didn't know about the plea deal. But basically, someone close to the case basically said that Young Thug didn't know that Gunna was going to take that deal.
I knew that for sure. I was having meetings with Brian. I supposed to been on the witness list on the behalf of Thug. So I was having meetings and stuff with Brian. You know, I'm asking these type questions like, hey, Brian, did bro know what's going on? Like, no, bro, we don't have no idea. We don't have nothing to do with nothing with these people taking pleas. We're not telling. Why would he tell these people to take pleas in the favor of the DA right before a trial? That's not good.
Well, his own brother, though, Unfunk, took a similar deal.
Yeah.
And then violated and went back to jail.
Which was
he
the
got caught
dumbest
with a
shit in
gun.
American history, but yeah.
Yeah. So you saw a lot of this happen.
Yeah.
And, you know, people were wondering, okay, well, with this whole yes ma'am video floating around and people are calling him a snitch and everything else like that, is he going to be able to really go back and really do music and function on a certain level? But it's almost like he did better.
You can't stop him from being talented, you know?
Yeah.
And everybody don't go by the same rules and codes that us street dudes go by. So you got people who just real fans, man. So that's not going to stop his music. But, you know, in the city and from where we really from, the city ain't going to fuck with you. But of course, your fans, you still gonna have your fans. You still gonna get your money doing your music. And of course, you probably bigger than you was, because you know that's how the world is so weird right now. It's like when you die, you go to jail or something bad happened. That's when you get. It's like that's when you promo. Yeah, man, it's just crazy. But you know, you can't stop his. He talented. He hard. Can't stop that. Can't take that from him.
Look, I mean, according to Steve Sadow, we talked about this a lot because we were reporting on it at the time, and Steve felt it was necessary to call me to try to explain Gunna's side, because Gunna wasn't speaking for himself. But he basically said, look, the deal that I had Gunna take prevents him from taking the stand against Thug because it would be self-incrimination, because whatever he says, there could be a federal superseding indictment. So therefore, he can't say, and he could say, I plead the fifth, because he doesn't want to potentially incriminate himself against the federal case. And ultimately, Gunna never took the stand.
Exactly.
So he was right.
Right.
In that sense. But people still said what they said.
Yeah, you still took your plea and you still said yes, that when none of that shit was in the car, and yes, this is a gang and all, you still said that. So it don't change the fact that you said what you said. You still took the plea.
Yeah. But, you know, like currently Gunna has 39 million monthly listeners on Spotify.
Yeah, he turned right now with the music now.
His last album, I counted up, has almost 1 billion combined streams.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't take that.
Yeah.
We was just talking about that this morning, boy. You can't take that from that boy.
Boy, he's still popping. And like I said,
yeah.
he started getting his own songs charting higher than ever. Like he had big songs with Young Thug and Future and whatever else, but solo songs, his biggest songs came
When he
after
got
he cooperated, basically.
Facts.
Which is crazy. It's almost like cooperating becomes promo.
Yeah, man, I don't, that's why I said this shit done got weird,
new
Vlad,
world,
how
man.
the game is, it almost put a sour taste in my mouth as being an artist. Because it's like, okay, when I'm doing something positive, I'm doing everything right. Y'all ain't paying attention then. But as soon as I get on the internet talking about Woody, saying all this bullshit, talking about Gunna, talking about who else, oh, now y'all tuning in to me. Like, it gotta be some bullshit. It done got to the point where it gotta be some bullshit or something negative to happen for people to tune in to you. Like, this shit crazy, man. I don't know why the fuck the world like that, man.
Well, YFN Lucci is still going through his case.
Mm-hmm.
He ends up accepting a plea bargain where he was sentenced to 10 years and 10 years probation, but they give him time served and they cut it down and so forth. But the whole time, he gets stabbed allegedly by YSL people. We don't know for sure, but
Right.
There's obviously a beef with Young Thug and YSL. Nut was obviously his good friend. There's been a lot of back and forth. But during this whole time, Lucci refused to cooperate against Young Thug, which could have potentially given him time served and let him free.
Right. I just feel like he did what he supposed to did, bro. You did what you supposed to did, and it's kind of sad on our behalf because it's like, dang, these supposed to be the people, these supposed to be the ops. Boys ain't saying nothing. Folk could have really went the whole other way with it.
Well, if you think about it, Lucci said a lot less than a bunch of YSL dudes.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's exactly what I'm
he
saying.
He said nothing. And he really, I kind of feel like, yeah, Lucci was a big name and so forth, but I felt like the DA really wanted Young Thug.
Facts.
So the fact that both cases were being tried by the same woman, you would think that she'd be like, okay, Lucci, we really want this other guy.
Give us some information.
Get on the stand,
Yeah.
talk about the beef, talk about how your mother's house got shot up and blah, 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 blah. We'll let you go.
Exactly.
But he never did it.
He did, man. He took his lick to the chin and went on, and I got to salute him for that. I don't know him personally. I ain't never had no problems with him, but what's real is real, man, and he did some real shit. Shit, you could have snitched on him, even though it would have made him look bad and fucked his whole career up and fucked everything he had going on up if he would have told, but shit, he ain't say nothing.
Right. So the case continues. Shannon Stillwell, a.k.a. SB, gets stabbed up in Fulton County Jail by another inmate. You heard about this?
Yeah, I heard it.
How'd you feel when you heard that?
To me, man, it almost like I kind of got normalized to shit like that. Like, I kind of got normalized to niggas getting stabbed in Rice Street, or niggas getting, that shit had gotten on me. I'm like, damn, he all right, though, ain't all right, shit. You mean just went on about it? Like, that shit normal now.
Yeah, and Fulton County is infamous. I looked it up. Last year, there was 400 stabbings.
Bro,
that means every single day someone gets stabbed, and sometimes more than one person.
Facts. That is a county jail, man. That's probably the worst. Well, really.
You been there?
Yeah, we got DeKalb and we got Clayton County too. Bro, all of those county jails are like level 5 prisons. You can go to a county jail with a fucking traffic ticket and you might come out with a fucking stab wound. Like, that shit is just, them some fucked up county jails, man. We got some real messed up county jails. Somebody got shot in Rice Street before with a real gun.
Damn.
Like, literally.
In jail.
Inside of the jail.
Someone smuggled a gun.
And shot somebody inside of the jail, brother. It's
That's
like,
crazy.
it ain't too many, it only happened at Smith State Prison, which is a real prison. That never happened nowhere in American history in a county jail.
Yes.
That I know of, somebody got shot. Like, that jail there, boy, that's a hell of a jail right there, boy.
Okay. So the trial keeps going. YSL Polo ends up getting convicted. Do you know Polo?
The guy who's acting crazy and shit on
That
stage?
guy.
I don't really know him.
Who is that?
I don't even know this guy. I don't know him. I don't know who the fuck
That
that
was
is.
the most entertaining guy in the trial.
Yeah, he was crazy. I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, who the hell is Buddy? Where the hell he come from? I don't even know this guy. I've never seen him before.
Christian Eppinger, a.k.a. Big Briss. You know him?
I don't know him personally, but I heard of him.
Yeah. He shot a cop.
Yeah, on Cleveland, supposedly.
Yeah.
Allegedly, I don't know.
And he ended up getting convicted of that, but they dragged him into the case. They're saying that he allegedly was willing to like put in work for Thug. They had it on a recorded phone call. So, I mean, the whole thing is extremely, extremely messy.
Right.
But right around this time, you get locked up over a gun and drug charge?
Mm-hmm.
What happens?
Because I had warrants. I had some warrants. So I basically like on the run for like 2 years for that little shit. And they basically came in, I was at a spot that wasn't even my spot. I basically was renting it on some Airbnb type shit. I was renting it from one of my buddies. And I don't even know how to, still to this day, it's still a pending case too, by the way.
So it's an open case right now.
Yeah, it's an open case.
Right, so I don't want to talk too much about it.
Yeah, it's cool, but you know, I'm not gonna say nothing, but I'm just letting you know like what kind of took place a little bit. But they just came. I don't even know how the fuck they even, because this house not in my name. It's not my crib. Nothing. No cars in the driveway that's in my name. Nothing here's in my name. I don't even know how they knew I was there, but they came in there and basically on some shit like they was looking for gang paraphernalia, guns and drugs and all that shit. But every gun that was in the house was legit clean guns. The girl that was in the house with me, the guns is in her name. Like I don't even understand still to this day how was they even able to do what they did. Nothing was in plain sight for them to even have a search warrant to even search the crib. So I don't even know. I know somebody probably put them on me and they probably thought they was bigger or they probably juiced them up and told them I was some type of big ass kingpin. I don't know. They thought I had 1 million guns in here, 1 million pounds or what, the way that they came. But, you know, it was some bullshit. And inshallah, if it's God's will, I'm gonna beat that shit because it's some bullshit.
Okay, so the trial's continuing, and this is becoming the longest criminal case in Georgia State history.
Facts.
Even trying to get the jury together was a nightmare.
Facts.
It took like 6 months, I think, to finally get that jury together.
Yep.
You're out. You did some interviews, and Young Thug's brother, Unfunk, called you out.
Right.
For doing interviews.
Yeah, I don't know why Funk don't like me, man. Funk don't like me for some reason. I don't know what it is about it, and everybody always tell him, like, why you don't like Mondo? Do you understand Mondo is like one of them ones, like him and your brother love this man, bro. Like, why don't you, what have he done? Like, I don't know why this man don't like me. I don't know why. Like, when I started coming around, Unfunk was in prison. So I don't know if he's having some type of animosity about the words that me and Thug had long time ago, and he feel like, oh, who this nigga think he is? Like, I don't know. I can't even sit right here and make it up, but he don't like me for some reason. So he went on there and said some bullshit like, Vlad, every interview that I have ever did, everything I have ever said on the internet is factual facts. I don't get on the internet saying cap shit. I'm not doing this shit for clout. I'm not doing it for no other reason other than keeping it real, bro. Nothing. I don't say cap shit. So I don't know if he, truth cut people hard, like, and it hurt people a little bit. So I don't know if it was something I said on there that kind of touched him a little bit. But I'm like, damn, bro, why you even saying something? You really need to just be quiet, my boy, because you tripping. You took a fucking plea and this your blood brother. So you feel me? Like I was trying to tell him, like, bro, you just be quiet, bro, because I can say some shit about you. I haven't said nothing about you, bro. I don't even know why you coming at me. You just don't like me for some reason. I don't know why.
Well, he's back in jail now, right?
Yeah.
What, like 5 years or something like that?
He got 9 years,
9 years.
Say. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, these heinous 10, 15-year plea deals, it's almost designed to just send you right back to jail.
Facts.
Like,
if you're not going to go all the way clean,
yeah,
you're going to be right back in that motherfucker. It don't make sense.
Right. They put you right back in that same area.
Facts.
You don't have a job. Then you get caught, and then they get you to testify, and they give you the full prison sentence anyway, so it's like a win-win for them and a lose-lose for you.
Exactly.
You cooperate, and then you go right back to prison anyway.
Exactly.
So YSL Tick, he took the stand, and he identified himself, Young Thug, and Walter Murphy as the founding members of YSL. Who's Walter Murphy?
DK.
DK. Okay, your brother.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did he say anything on the stand that you had a problem with, or?
What the fuck did Slug say? Because Slug was one of like the first people to take the stand, I want to say, if I'm not mistaken. He was like one of the first few people. I don't remember around that time. I don't even think I was paying too much attention to it. I don't really know what he said. It was nothing that came across my table or something that I seen with my own or heard with my ears that he said that was kind of off the wall or wrong. I mean, I heard little shit in the streets. People were saying he was saying, I don't know what it was, but people in the streets were kind of mad at him saying he said some shit that he didn't supposed to say, but I didn't really see it or hear it myself. Yeah. So a lot of shit, I don't just be going off of what people be saying. I don't feel like he got up there and said nothing. I wouldn't have took the stand, period, though. Me personally. Okay. If I had a choice, I wouldn't have went up there and said shit. Or if I did go up there and say something, I'm finna throw y'all ass off and be talking about some I go straight mental health on you. Like, I want to, you feel me? Like, I'm not finna go up here and tell y'all nothing.
You were on the witness list, but they never called you?
Yeah, they never called me.
Who were you on the list for?
On behalf of Thug.
Young Thug. Okay. Did they talk to you about what exactly they were going to bring up if you were to take the stand, or no?
He just told me, hey man, we might gonna put you on the witness list.
And you were okay with that?
Yeah, I was willing to do that for my brother. Like what? And I had around that time, Vlad, I had warrants. I had real warrants. I was willing to turn myself in, handle my little petty ass warrant.
You'd go to jail taking the stand, basically.
Yeah,
because of the other warrants.
Yeah, about my brother. Yeah, like to help him out because this shit way more serious. I got petty shit. This shit ain't nothing. I go and turn myself in for these little petty ass warrants I've been running for to be on the. If it's gonna be something, if y'all need me that bad to come on the stand for his behalf on the witness list, then I do that about my brother. That's what type of nigga I am. I do that, even though I know niggas probably won't do that for me, but this is why I do that. And I was willing to do that.
Well, the trial becomes more and more messy. So one of the defense attorneys, Nicole Fegan, who represented Quay, ends up getting arrested because she allegedly told him to get rid of a murder weapon. And she gets
the Caucasian lady, right?
The white lady.
Yeah.
So she gets charged with participating in criminal street gang activity and evidence tampering.
I remember that.
Lawyers are getting arrested at this point.
Yeah.
You know, another person who took the stand, Adrian Bean, he took the stand and said that he was high. Yeah,
Bean, he ain't lying either. He ain't lying. Bean been getting high, boy. That was one of the time we was on Molly real bad. He was one of the niggas we running around getting high with. Bean ain't lying. He was high. Bean probably high right then and there.
Right.
Yeah, Bean ain't lying.
And then on July 1st, the whole trial gets put on hold because there ends up being a secret meeting with...
Parte meeting.
The ex parte meeting with Woody and his lawyer and the judge. And Thug's lawyer wasn't aware of it. He found out about it. The judge got pissed off, actually arrested. Brian Steele.
Yep.
He said, I want to do my time with Young Thug in his case, in his jail cell to go over his case.
I ain't gonna lie, man. Brian, I love Brian, man. Brian's probably
like,
one of the realest.
He's a miracle worker.
Man, I love Brian, man. Brian, that's a good guy, man.
And then you saw all this crazy stuff happen because another judge gets put on the case, but then the deputy was accused of trying to smuggle in contraband. So that judge gets taken off. Then you get a third judge, which ends up being kind of the best judge.
Facts.
Overall.
Facts.
So the trial gets going again, and Woody starts taking the stand.
Yep.
What did you think about the Woody statements on the stand?
Like I said, man, I'm really looking at this guy like, man, I can't believe you, bro. Like, man, you really, because he said a lot of bullshit, man. Like, he said some bullshit, bro. And I just couldn't believe, like, bro, you really up here doing this? And then you start getting famous about this shit too. I'm like, bro, where is this coming to? Like, what our city done became to? What the world done became to? Like, this shit is nothing funny about. Okay, we know he probably come up here saying some goofy shit and a little funny shit, and but it ain't that funny about these folks fight for their life about this dude. And he coming up here bullshitting, playing, laughing, joking, and jiving and bullshitting, but these boys fight for their life, for real. Like, it kind of angered me, bro. Like, that's why I started even getting on the internet talking about this dude. Because I'm like, oh, you around here laughing, joking, and jiving, thinking it's a game, bro. You bullshitting. Like, you the reason why this shit got started. These boys fight for their life, and you around this bitch laughing, joking, and jiving, playing. Like, I got to say something to you, bro. I don't know your number. I don't have your phone number. I don't know where you at to be pulling up on you and telling you in your face. So you on the internet. So guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go on the internet and say something. You'll see it. It'll get out to you. So that's why I even went on the internet and said something about Buddy.
Well, yeah, Woody gets on the stand and he basically starts saying that he was lying the whole time.
Yeah.
That he lied to save himself. He said he made up fake people to snitch on. And he basically was just making up stuff in order to get out. But Woody is the star witness of this case, and the case is really centered around Woody's testimony.
Facts.
But it seems like when he's getting on the stand, it's not really helping the DA. It's kind of hurting the case overall because you got this guy who's he's telling the prosecutor that she stinks, and he fires his lawyer in the middle. Then he goes back to jail because he doesn't want to testify. He comes out of jail, testifies, and it's.
To be honest, it's kind of, I'll tell you how God worked in mysterious ways. He was the key witness. So now by him coming up here, he helped the case. He did. He did.
I think he helped the case overall.
He did. I got to say it. That's about the best thing I can say about this guy. You did that, my boy. You went up here and did whatever you did. You had to do that because you know there was some bullshit, bro. You know there was some bullshit, my boy. You can't be around here trying to preach and kick the real nigga shit when you's a whole full-fledged snitch, brother. You can't do that. Now you trying to get up here and clean your face up, which is, all right, it's cool. You helped the case, brother. You did that. Appreciate it.
Well, at one point during this trial, Young Thug's kids made a song essentially threatening Gunna.
Yeah.
I mean, there's little kids that are doing it. I don't think there's any real threat, but it was just sort of funny.
Yeah, it was funny. To
see Thug's kids.
Yeah, it was funny.
He's gonna shoot Gunna or something like that. Or
yeah, that shit was funny to me, man. I'm like, look at that. And the song was kind of hard, too, though.
The song was kind of tough.
It was kind of cool, man. I'm like, look at these kids. But at the same time, too, I'm like, y'all don't need to be doing that, though, man. Because the case was still going on then. I'm like, that's not a good look. You feel me? Well, it wasn't a good look for real. So I laughed at it, though, but I'm like, it's not really a good look.
Yeah, I don't think Young Thug wanted to hear that at that point in this trial.
Nah, he did. He did.
Well, you actually apologized to Gunna for calling him a rat.
I can say it was an apology because I felt like, now, it's no levels to rats. A rat is a rat. If you told, you told. But I just felt like it's niggas like Woody, who is a full-fledged rat, who literally sat in the interrogation room and told and said shit for hours, got on the stand, did a lot of shit. I just felt like, damn, I ain't had to bash him as bad as I supposed to been bashing Woody like this. I just felt like I apologized on that end. I'm not saying, oh, you ain't a rat no more. I basically just like that. I ain't had to bash you that bad, my boy. I could have just, you feel me? That's all it was. I didn't have to bash him to the degree that I did. That's basically what I was saying.
Well, yeah, you said that you shouldn't have gone on the internet with it, but you still felt he folded under pressure.
Yeah, he did.
Okay. At one point, you DM'd him.
Yeah, I did.
And he responded.
Yeah.
So what was that exchange like?
Oh, I can't even remember. I got the DM still right here on my phone. Basically, I was telling him like, we need to talk man to man, basically, or like I just want to talk to you man to man. He was like, I'm finna go to the exec, the DMs, man. He basically like, yeah, bro, but I never forgive you for what you said. I ain't gonna forget and all that.
Oh,
like,
okay, so he was so salty about it.
Yeah, he was salty about it. He was. Okay. I ain't gonna get into it because it's a lot of paragraphs, but you know.
Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, if you don't want to share it publicly, that's fine.
Yeah,
but he didn't just say apology accepted. We all good.
Nah. He still felt some type of way. He was just like he felt some type of way.
Yeah. Well, and
it's cool.
He can feel how he gonna feel.
Yeah, but you did what you did. I'm not lying, my boy. You did. You still did what you did.
Well, Brick Baby talked about you.
Yeah.
He said that you're broke and the Young Thug doesn't rock with you.
Let me tell you about Brick Baby.
Okay.
Brick Baby been around since, all us Long Way, all us been around each other for a long time. Brick Baby, I know you through Long Way them. Brick Baby, you know me personally, my boy. Like, stop the cap. I'm the reason why you're on No Jumper, brother. Your first time ever getting seen on No Jumper. Who you got seen? Who you first got seen with? Mondo. You was on the couch with me. So it's like, he just started getting a little too caught up in the internet and cap shit. And I done actually called him about this shit. Like, and I wish I could have recorded. I don't be just doing certain shit. I just don't be having time to do it. I don't even be thinking about that shit because I be on some real shit. But I done called him like, hey, bro, you going too far with the cap shit now, bro. Like, you talking about I'm broke and you talking about all that. That's cool and all that. But all that talking about, oh, you the reason why what the fuck this nigga said? Like, he started saying a lot of bogus ass shit, bro. And I'm like, I couldn't believe he was saying this shit because I'm like, bro, you on a big platform. You'll have people really believe in this shit that you're saying, but you'll call my phone and be like, oh, nah, bro, I'm just bullshit. I'm trying to help you go up. I'm doing it for the views. And like, I really got the DMs of him saying this shit. Like, he's saying that he doing it he trying to help me. I'm like, bro, I don't need you to help me go up, my boy, by saying no cap ass shit. Like, you tripping, Brick Baby. And Brick Baby, you was just on the phone crying to me, telling me how broken fucked up you was. Like, literally, like, wallahi, I'm not lying. Like, on my kids, you really was just telling me you broken. How niggas ain't fucking with you and da-da-da-da. But you go right on the internet and cap like this shit. He's a cap ass guy though. He's for real cap. I really couldn't even believe it. Like, you going really far with this cap internet shit. Like, you some real bullshit, Brick Baby. I can't never respect Brick Baby no more. I can't fuck with him. He too flawed.
Well, I mean, other people chimed in on this whole situation. I think 1090 Jake chimed in on, and you said that you felt that 1090 Jake accused you of something or made a video about you. And I talked to Jake this morning. He said he never made a video about you.
No. Now, Jake, 1090 Jake was on the phone with Academics when I did the Academics interview. And he basically was trying to like, he was trying to check my temperature, basically like, oh, well, you said this person is rat, but you're hanging around other people who took pleas and da-da-da-da-da. So I'm trying to tell Jake, like, hey, Jake, we talking about me. We trying to get on the subject about me. I'm not in no nigga paperwork. I ain't took no pleas. I'm not. So what are you talking about, Jake? Like, I gave this man my real name, like, full name. Like, hey, look me up. You ain't gonna find me in no nigga paperwork. Every case I've been on by myself, damn near, like, what is it? Like, that's why I came with the no mystery in my history shit, because I'm telling him, like, it ain't no mystery in my history. Look it up. Get into it, Jake. And Jake got into it. Guess what he sent back? He sent me like I want to say a diamond emoji or something like, oh, bro, you solid. Like, everything came back solid. So I don't really have no problem with Jake, though. He cool people.
Well, I talked to Jake this morning. And but Jake did make a video about your brother, TK, who was right here with us.
Right.
And, you know, he accused him of cooperating and everything else like that. Now, your brother's here. He can speak on it if he wants to, or he can speak on his behalf. But what are your thoughts on that?
You know, I think it's the time now where my brother been quiet for so long. I feel like it with that situation, I would let him speak for himself about it. You feel me? I don't want to keep. I done did it enough because he couldn't talk. So now he can talk himself. I'd rather for him whenever you want to do it. I don't know. We can do whenever you want to do it or whenever y'all want to do it.
All right.
I want him to kind of tell his own story.
All right. Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, the trial's going, and the judge seems more and more annoyed with your girl, Fani Willis. And then on October 31st, 2024, it was announced that Young Thug had reached a plea deal, which is essentially time served.
Exactly.
Were you surprised?
Nah, man. To be honest, I'm really looking at it like, bruh, don't take it because I know y'all finna beat this case. It's a bunch of bullshit. Y'all can't convict. It's no way I'm thinking like it's no way that y'all can convict somebody after all this bullshit been going on in this case. Like, what evidence do you guys like? So in my mind, I'm like, bro, don't even take no plea. You finna beat this shit all together. So, but I know bro ready to come home, bro. Like, niggas been sending that motherfucker for 3 years and some change, like, or whatever the case. He been a little minute. It's as long as he ever been locked up in his life. So I know bro's ready to come home. Yeah. I was so happy for him, but I knew overall it was gonna turn out good for him, bro. I always said that. Like, I knew it was gonna turn out good for him.
Well, yeah, he got 5 years time served, but basically allowed him to come home.
Oh, yeah. For
even though,
yeah. Shit.
Well, no. They gave him 5 years time served, but they basically let him go home that day.
Okay, yeah, right.
After like, 3 years.
Yeah, right.
15 years probation. Now, if he violates probation, he could get 20 years.
Thanks.
You know, he pleaded to 1 gang charge, 2 gun charges, and 3 drug charges. He also submitted a no contest plea to a separate gang charge and racketeering conspiracy charge. He can't go back to Atlanta for 10 years, except for funerals, weddings, and graduations, although I believe they modified that a little bit. He cannot promote gangs or gang culture in any shape or form. He has to do 4 presentations or concerts a year that are against gang violence. No contact with gang members or YSL affiliates, except for Gunna.
Right.
Which I'm assuming is because he's signed to Young Thug?
Right. So they, in my mind, I'm thinking he's doing it because of Gunna is signed to the label, and he know eventually that this is almost like a business partner. He gonna have to probably eventually do a song or something with him, or he gonna have to be around him eventually because they signed. He signed to his label.
I mean, knowing Thug, do you think he's gonna have a problem with this probation? Because it is a long time. 15 years is 15 years.
I hope he don't, man. I hope this just be a wake-up call for him to just whatever you got to do, man. Because I know when you got that much time on papers, you probably gonna have to do 5-6 years straight without getting in any trouble, and they can knock the probation down.
Oh, okay.
And they can give you off of like a stricter, because he might be on like a strict probation right now. So maybe if he do 5-6 years of just doing the right thing, they'll probably take him off probation. So he just got to do the right thing, man, for a little minute.
How long after Thug gets out do you guys speak?
Was it the same day? Because this guy named TK is a security guard for Thug. and he's security guard for me and Rollo them too. So actually TK the one that kind of like got us on the phone. TK went and picked them up, the security guard, the one that picked them up from Wright Street. So that's who kind of let us kind of talk for real.
Okay, that first conversation, how did it go?
We couldn't really talk like that because of, I guess, I don't even really think we supposed to be talking, to be honest. You feel what I'm saying? So it was just on some, yeah, bro, I'm good, and it was, you feel me? We got off the phone. It wasn't near not a long one. I basically wanted to see him in person and chop it up with him because I wasn't trying to really talk on the phone like that. But he went right out of town after that. I think he went to LA or some shit. Yeah.
Have you guys talked since then or?
Nah, we don't DM'd or I've been talking to his sister them and his mama them and stuff like that, but we haven't really been conversating after that, like personally.
Well, Woody, he apologized to Young Thug once he got released. He said, the pain, the suffering, everything I've caused on him and his family, I wish I had the mindset and the strength that I have now. I'll never forgive myself. I took him through a process that I never should have took him through, even though I know I'm not the cause of it, despite how anybody else may feel it's wrong.
And I can't say that, oh yeah, all right, bro, you did some real shit, but I kind of understand where you're coming from a little bit, because maybe you was a little, of course now your mental state right, you getting you a little money now, so of course a motherfucking mental state gonna be right. Now you getting you a little bread, you were broke back then, nobody is comfortable and nobody's mindset is gonna be right when they're broke and they fucked up. Now you done got a little older, you getting you a little money now, you getting a little mature, your brain is, you thinking a little better now, so of course you gonna say some shit like that. You know you was wrong, brother. You know you was wrong, so I mean, I can't really say I salute him or I fuck with him for apologizing, but it's like, all right, you of course you got your mind right now, brother. You know you did some bullshit.
Well, you said that you really don't want to be around Woody. Like if Woody walked in the room right now, sat down next to you, what would you do?
Tear it down. What's up, bro? Or whatever. I mean, I don't even speak to him because me and him don't even kick it for me to be saying what's up to him. If he walk in his room right now, I probably just look at him and get up out of here. I don't want to be around you. I don't got nothing to we don't got nothing to kick it. Like, we don't have nothing it's going to be probably smoke when I see him. Like, you feel me? Like.
Well, you said you're scared of Woody because guys like that will trick you off the street.
They will. Because he'll be the type of guy that you do something gangster to him, it's going to be some police shit coming behind it. So it's like I don't have no win with you. I can't do no gangster shit with you. Like, and the police going to be involved. I can't do nothing with you, but you go talk the gangster shit. It's scary because you'll be on the gangster shit and talk all the gangster shit, but if some gangster shit happen, the police shit gonna come from you, your end. I'm not calling the police. I don't got the police watching me. I'm not informing. I'm not ain't nobody paperwork or none of that. Something happened to this man, bro, you gonna go to jail. You can beat this man up, probably go to jail. So that's why I was saying, like, I don't want no dealing with him. I'm really just on the internet trolling, talking shit with him, even though he did do some bullshit and everything I'm saying is facts and it's true. But I don't really want no real life smoke. He ain't no threat to me.
Well, Young Thug, after he got out, there was a tweet that was deleted shortly afterwards, but it said, Gunna, stop acting like we friends on the internet. I don't know you, my guy. And then Gunna's brother responded and said, feelings mutual.
Yeah, he just needed, his brother probably just trying to take off for his brother. Ain't no damn feelings mutual, because if it was, why Gunna got down. He know he did some bullshit too. He know he did some bullshit. Ain't no feelings mutual. So you mean to tell me Gunna feel like he fucked up? Why? What Thug did to you? He ain't did nothing wrong to you. So ain't no way in the hell you saying the feelings are mutual like we ain't friends. Like you know you want to go back and try to make things right with bro. You know you did some bullshit. So his brother just talking shit, trying to defend his brother. Like, that's cap. Gunna don't feel like that. Gunna, you don't feel like Thug ain't your friend or you don't fuck with Thug. You really want to goddamn make things right, bro, because you know you did some bullshit, bro. You know you folded.
I mean, because the tweet was deleted, some people are saying that, he got hacked. I mean, does Thug really not like Gunna at this point, from what you know?
I can't really speak on that to say he really don't like him, but I'm pretty sure that tweet was a real tweet. But I can't really speak on his behalf. I don't know what his mindset is, how he feel about bro, and just me being real. But I mean, we seen the tweet. We all seen it. We know there was a real tweet.
Well, yeah, and Lil Baby just did an interview recently, I think with Charlemagne, and when they asked about Gunna, he said, and Baby has big songs with Gunna. He basically said, I'm not gonna work with Gunna anymore.
Not fact.
He said, you can't rap about snitches and snitching and
And go
street
do something.
codes and whatever else, and then you go and do it. What are we gonna rap about?
Facts.
So he basically said he's just not gonna work with him anymore.
Yeah, baby actually DM'd me when I said the shit about Gunna, like the apology to Gunna. Baby DM'd me. Baby was like, bro, you slime, you tripping, slime. Fuck buddy. I'm like, damn, like, you feel me? Like, I was like, all right, yo, nah, all right, say less. You really don't fuck with him for real. That's what I looked at and like, oh, no, you really don't fuck with him. Like, y'all really ain't fucking with buddy. Say less. That boy was mad. Like, baby probably still mad at me right now just for even posting that shit. Facts. I got the real DMs in my phone right now. That boy baby DM me.
Well, yeah, I mean, Young Thug, like right after he got out, a couple days later, he said, "Wham, let's drop on all these rats, Peter."
Facts.
Now, Wham is the nickname
Yeah,
for
facts.
baby.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, we call him Wham now.
What's the Peter part?
Peter is like, it got something to do with the pushing P. Like, Peter, it's almost like he's on some player shit, basically. Like, it has something to do with the pushing P lingo. But it's just another little lingo that's tied to the pushing P. It's like some player shit, like player, like basically. Just some player shit. That's all.
Okay, well, Young Thug gets out, but there's still a couple people that are left on the case. One of which is Yak Gotti, who refused to take the plea deal. So his trial is getting ready to conclude, but right before that happens, a video surfaces.
Yep.
It's funny because Wack 100 calls me and he's like, yo, I got a 3-hour video of Gunna cooperating.
Yeah, he said the wrong person. He was
said
talking
Gunna.
about the wrong person
He's
the
like,
whole
yo,
time.
do you want to buy it?
Yeah.
Yo, give me $15,000. I said, well, before I give you anything, we got to sit down and I got to go through the footage.
Facts.
Right. And I was in New York. He was in LA. I'm going to be in LA in the next day or so. So he's like, all right, cool. But then he came back again on the internet and said, oh, my mistake. It's not Gunna. It's Yak Gotti.
Yeah.
So I remember 1090 Jake did a whole video 2 years ago about Yak Gotti cooperating. He's basically talking about the interrogation footage. You know, he's talking about certain details that ended up literally coming out and saying that he cooperated against Lil Duke and everything else like that. But then, of course, people are going to deny it. Oh, it's not true, whatever. But then it was like a 3-hour interrogation video came out.
Yeah, I want to say it was something like that, yeah.
You get mentioned in it.
Facts.
What does he say about you?
He actually said me and DK name. He didn't really say nothing like, but it could have been bad, but he basically was saying like, yeah, if them niggas ain't originals, if them niggas ain't original like Mondo and DK, them niggas went around and da-da-da. He was basically saying that we was the originals, like, you feel me? That's all he said. When my name got brung up, that's all he said. He was like, yeah, Mondo is original. Like, if it ain't Mondo them and niggas ain't no originals, that's all I heard. I didn't hear nothing else with my name being said. And I'm like, all right, bro, but damn, that still could have got me like put on the radar. You feel me?
I mean, he's putting it on the radar.
Yeah, it did put me on the radar.
Yeah.
Like, so I'm like, damn, yeah, like, man, I don't really be knowing what to say no more. It done got so crazy. I done seen so much shit come out in this case, bro. I'm like, nothing really surprised me no more. Like, I'm like, let's go another one.
Well, the interrogation video was kind of like a mukbang.
Right. Cause
You
you
know
want
what
a
I'm
motherfucker
saying?
eating and
He
smacking
was eating
and
the whole time.
facts.
Like,
Facts.
it was like they had a whole, I think they had like chicken for him at one
Facts.
point.
He had like some wings or
Then
some
they
shit.
had some wings afterwards, and they
Yeah,
brought some
facts.
more food. He had some drinks. Like the whole time, he was just eating and
Facts.
telling. And at one point,
Facts.
he even said, hey, man, if you put me back on the street, I'll get some more info for y'all.
Damn, I ain't hear that part.
Oh, yeah.
See, I didn't really listen to the whole thing. I think I just seen some little clips on Instagram. I ain't never sit down and just look at the whole interview.
Yeah, and it's interesting because I had Terrence Gangster Williams on my show recently. That's Birdman's brother.
Mm-hmm.
And he said he was locked up with Yak Gotti at one point in the feds.
Mm-hmm.
And he said the whole time they were locked up, Yak was just talking about how much he hates rats. And like, I hate rats and fuck these rats and I would never rat and blah, 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 blah.
And this is what happened in prison, Vlad. You got people like Yak Gotti and a few other people that look down on people who rat, who snitch, and he'll talk about, man, he a rat.
Oh, Yak Gotti was talking about rats?
Yeah, he ain't like rats in the jail. Was that?
Okay.
Yeah, he ain't play. Yeah, that's why I was like, what the world?
Then this video comes out. Were you shocked when you saw that video? And by the way, do you know Yak Gotti?
Yeah, I know Yak.
Okay.
Yeah, my man. It's like I knew Yak way before Like, Yak my man, for real. I fuck with him, but
Okay.
yeah, that shit it threw me off, bro. But like I said, I've been seeing so much shit come out in this case. I'm damn near wouldn't even surprise them. I'm just like, damn, like this another one, but it's Yak though, so it's kind of like fuck, bro. Like, damn, man. But you know, I just shook my head, Vlad. Like, man, this shit is crazy, bro. Like,
I mean, do you consider Yak Gotti still your friend after that?
Yeah, I could say Yak still my friend, bro. Like, because at the end of the day, if I can't say, well, he's still my friend. That don't mean I go kick it with him. I go hang around him. I do anything with him. But yeah, that's still my friend. I still call him my friend. I'd be a fake ass nigga if I sit right here and just say, nigga, fuck him. He's a full-fledged rat. They ain't my motherfucking friend. And da-da-da-da. I'd be a fake nigga. Like, if I see Yak right now, I'd Yak down and speak to him. Like, I'm not gonna give him the cold shoulder. I'm not gonna disrespect him or shit on him or nothing. Like, I just know, hey, I'm not gonna do nothing. I'm not committing no crimes anyway, but I'm not committing no crimes with you. I don't want to do nothing gangster with you. I don't want to, you just my friend, bro. We're going to keep that as that. So, you know, it is what it is, bro. And people can say what they want to say about me. I don't give a damn. Like, it is what it is. You ain't rat on me, my boy. I don't care.
Well, right after that video came out, he got stabbed up in prison.
Did he?
Yeah.
Yeah, get stabbed?
Yes.
Damn. So he got stabbed in Rice Street? Like right after the video came out?
Right after the video came out, he got stabbed.
I don't know what my mind probably be. I'd be so focused on other shit sometimes I stop tuning into all that shit for real.
Yeah. I remember I asked Wack 100 if he feels bad about it, and he said,
nope.
Hey man, people get stabbed all the time. Who knows what it's about?
Yeah, it is. That's gonna happen too. When you living the type of life you living and some rat shit come out on you and you in jail, 9 times out of 10, something might happen to you now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but right after that situation happens, and I remember his lawyer even talked about it. I remember there's a video that, you know, Yak's lawyer basically says, like, it's interesting the timing of this video coming out right before the trial is over, basically implying that the police leaked out the footage or something like that. Mm-hmm. But then the trial concludes and Yak Gotti ends up getting found not guilty. Mm-hmm. Were you surprised?
Nah, I wasn't, because like I said, I knew them boys weren't gonna get convicted of no murder, for one. That's like that's when you got murders involved, you have to have real hardcore evidence to convict somebody of a murder. And they never had no evidence. They never had nothing to convict these boys off. So I knew I had a good feeling in my heart that these boys was gonna beat this case all together. Like, I knew that. In my mind, I'm like, it's no way, because I done been through shit before. I done been through cases. I never had a murder case. Thank God I ain't had no crazy, no real serious shit like that. But I just know the law a little bit. I'm like, it's no way to convict these boys off of that. I just didn't see them boys getting convicted. So I knew they was gonna be all right.
Do you think that Young Thug is still cool with Yak Gotti after what he said in that tape?
Probably is. He probably is. I haven't asked him about it or talked about it. He
can't associate with him anymore, because based on his plea deal.
Right. So I don't know, but you know, in his mind, I don't know if he's like, I ain't fucking with Buddy no more, but I don't know. He might still do.
Do you see Yak Gotti still having a music career after this, or do you think that this kind of taints it?
It might taint it a little bit, because Yak talented now, but don't get me wrong.
But he's not the favorite like a Young Thug.
Exactly.
He's not the one with the huge fan base.
He's not like Gunna and Thug. Gunna, you feel me? So
he's got the fan base because of them, I think.
Exactly, brother.
But
exactly,
him by himself as a solo artist is not a Gunna or Thug.
No,
by any stretch of the imagination.
You caught it right out. You
know exactly what's going on. You throw this on top of it. It all depends on how you spin it, though.
Exactly.
I mean, you know.
But you're gonna have to come out on the bullshit, though. You're gonna have to come out rapping about bullshit and being on the bullshit and just go on some crash out shit for people to kind of tune back into. You can't come back out and act normal and rap about normal shit no more. No, you just gonna have to go and act like you're a flap out, crash out fool now, because ain't nobody gonna wanna, that regular shit ain't gonna get it no more. You're definitely not gonna be able to rap about regular shit.
Well, yeah, and Young Thug basically, I think his lawyer was doing an interview on some of the platform, and Young Thug called. Basically, he was annoyed because he felt he shouldn't have taken the plea deal and taken all that probation, because with Yak Gotti beating it, he felt he could have beaten his case as well, and he would have just walked free with no probation.
Yeah, and I think Brad was kind of trying to tell him that to a certain degree, like, bro, just wait about 3 more weeks, bro. We got these people. But you know, he been locked up so long, holidays coming up, he probably want to see his kids, bro. It's been a lot. He been through a lot, bro. He done lost his sister. Key died. It's like it been a lot. He just probably wanted to go home he probably just wanted to go home. He was like, fuck it, bro. Like, he just probably wanted to go home.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're rolling the dice with potentially life in prison.
Facts.
Because if you really get convicted of the murder and the RICO and everything else like that, that's life, maybe 30 years or whatever
Facts.
else.
Fact.
Someone's telling you, hey, you could walk out today.
Right now.
You get this probation.
Go ahead.
You're worth tens of millions of dollars. You could go live anywhere in the world. You can go live in a mansion.
Facts.
You know, you and your girlfriend, you know, Mariah could get reunited and you can see all your kids and your brothers and sisters and your mom. Just sign this paper, plead out. Fani Willis will feel like she won.
Exactly.
Even though she didn't.
I don't think it was a bad plea deal, though. I don't.
No.
Because like you said, you taking the gamble, man. You got murders and all type of shit. So you just gonna have to straighten up. It's 15 years on probation. You just gonna have to straighten up now, brother, like completely.
I mean, I don't think it's that hard when you're rich
It's
to
not.
make it through probation.
It ain't.
Like,
You just said the key word. When you're rich, it's not
when
hard.
you're rich.
It ain't
you
hard.
live in LA, so you can smoke weed if you want.
Facts.
You know, you've
Facts.
been locked up, so whatever hard drugs you're on, you're probably off of it at this point.
Facts.
You know, you could pay people to keep certain people from around you.
Exactly.
You know, you could speak in codes where they can't say that, oh, you're promoting gang violence or whatever else, you know, these
Exactly.
songs. I mean, man, listen, I remember when Thug came out, people didn't know what any of his songs were about.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You listen to
Facts.
Lifestyle, you're like, I have no idea what Thug
What
just
he talking
said.
about? It just sounds good.
fly, It
Facts.
sounds dope, but I have no idea what half the things he's saying even
Facts.
means. So,
Facts.
you know, Thug can come out with a whole album, you have no idea what the hell it's
Exactly.
about, and it'll still sell. You know what I'm saying? You and Offset's baby mother had a thing at one point,
Yeah, Shia.
and you said Offset would pillow talk.
Yeah, when I first started talking to Shia, okay, well, I kind of started kicking it with Offset through Long Way then, once again.
Okay. Oh, so you knew Offset as well?
Yeah, I knew
Okay.
Offset like personally. Now he might don't know this, and people might don't know this, but I never knew who his baby mama was. Like, he never had a picture of her. He never had a picture of his child. I didn't know that was his baby mama. So when I met her, I stumbled across her on Instagram. I don't know how, I can't remember, because it's been so many years ago. Like, I met her like 2018, I want to say, if I'm not mistaken. 2018. I got out of prison. So, long story short, I ended up meeting her, whatever, and we started doing music. She do music. So I did a few songs with her, and she used to always tell me, I don't think my baby daddy gonna like certain shit. Like, she just always, but you know, I'm brushing it off like, oh man, be quiet, girl. Like, you still over here doing music with me. You still putting up on me. So whoever your baby daddy is, it can't be that serious. So after me and her started getting serious, she bust out and said it one day. She was like, I think I need to go and tell you who my baby daddy is. I'm like, who your baby daddy is? She's like, Offset. I was like, oh man, that's good. She's like, you know him? I'm like, yeah, we cool. Like, that ain't one of my buddies, but yeah, we know each other. Like, you feel me? And ever since then, bro, it's like, after he started seeing her post my music that we been doing together, he used to say little slick shit too. Oh, I see you did song Mondo and this and that, and I don't want him to do this. Like, he used to say little lame, little slick, little shit. But you know, I'm brushing it off. I'm like, yeah, he probably in his feelings a little bit because he know me. This is baby mama. He probably feel a little type of way, but I kept brushing it off. But it's like, after a while, bro, he just kept like getting in my business, bro, like on some other shit. You start telling me, oh, I can't be around your child. I shouldn't be doing this around. I'm like, my boy, I be around you, to be honest, my boy, I be around your child more than you do. Like, me and your baby mama in a real relationship. Like, I live here with your daughter, my boy. Like,
Oh, you guys were living together?
yeah, we was living together. Me and
okay.
his baby mama was like, we was in a relationship like 5-6 years.
Oh, okay. So it was serious.
Yeah, it was serious. This is my real girl. Like, we done been through cases together. Nigga, she done goddamn came to prison and seen me. Like, this was my real girlfriend. So I'm telling him, like, my boy, I'm gonna have to be around your daughter, bro. You should be happy you got a real nigga around your daughter, my boy, because I'm gonna protect her like she's mine. I'm gonna treat her like she's mine. Like, so I'm like, I just didn't understand where he was coming from with the hate and like, you ain't my real friend, bro. Like, you ain't we cool, we know each other, but it ain't like, loyalty to say, oh damn, now I found out who your baby daddy is. I don't want to talk to you no more. Like, no, bro, I ain't finna do that. Like, bro, I fuck with Shawty. She a good girl. Like, you feel me? Like, I wasn't just gonna cut her off because she told me who you was, my boy. Nah, dog, that ain't how it go. And then you wanted me to do that. No, I'm not doing that. You wanna did it for me.
Well, didn't you joke that said that you hooked up with the wrong baby mother?
Yeah, I'm trolling.
You're talking
Bitch,
about
boy.
Cardi B?
Yeah, Cardi B. Like, I was on shit like, damn, I should have been at Cardi B on some just trolling shit. Like, damn, I should have goddamn talked to Cardi B. Like, and a lot of motherfuckers were like, oh, nigga, you the one pillow talking, you throwing salt. I ain't never DM'd this girl and said, what the fuck I went on the internet and said, I think I said, I DM her and told her, yeah, you don't need to let a nigga treat you like that. Bro, I never DM'd this girl and said that. I'm just talking shit. Like, I never DM'd this lady and said, I have DM'd her before now, and
You
she
DM'd
was
Cardi B.
going. Like, you feel me? But I never said
What
nothing about him.
did you DM Cardi B?
I think it was on like some flirtatious shit. She either posted something or did something, and I was on some flirting shit. Like, I probably said some little flirting shit or something, or emoji, or some shit like that, and she went back and said something. That's why I said I know she been, like, she was going, because you went back and said something to, or whoever you said something to, because it got back to my girl. It got back to Shia. And she came and told me, like, damn, bro was kind of salty that you DM'd old girl. Like, this is what Shia telling me. I'm like, for real? I'm like, damn, so she really said something. Or she probably was being messy one day and was like, yeah, nigga, that's why I'm finna, it was on some messy shit probably. But yeah, I did say something to her though, and I tried to shoot my shot at her.
Yeah,
I ain't
man,
gonna hold you.
listen, that's why I've always kept my relationships off the internet.
Yep. That's what, and I said, hey, you shouldn't have been putting all y'all business on the internet. I wouldn't be saying that to her.
I've kept it all. I've never posted pictures of anyone I was romantic with, none of my family members, because
Yeah.
I would hate to have to go on the internet to announce to the world that I'm breaking up with somebody now. Like, you know what I'm
Exactly, bro.
saying? Like,
Exactly.
like, whose business is that?
Exactly.
I would like to tell everyone that I would prefer privacy while being so-and-so
Exactly.
or working out or breakup. Like, nah. Like, if you with me, you know that I'm not posting you. It's just us. And if
Exactly.
you have a problem with that, then go on to the next guy.
Exactly. Exactly.
Because this type of shit happens. People are
Exactly.
sliding each other's DMs and
yeah. Niggas
doing all
all
this
type
messy
of-
shit.
Yep.
And you know it's messy.
Exactly. Facts.
And you're
As it is.
participating in it, and Offset's participating in it, and Cardi B's participating in it, then
Yep. Shia participating in it,
Shia's
just a
telling
bunch
you
of,
that everyone's part of the circus,
Yep.
essentially. And essentially nobody wins.
Exactly, bro. It's just a bunch of messy ass shit, bro. And once I realized that, I damn near said, you know what, I'm wrong. Because at the end of the day, that's some personal shit about his kids and your wife and your baby mamas and your,
Yeah.
you feel me? So I'm like, you know what, let me get out of that business. Like, you feel me? Like, let me get out of that, because it'll get serious. Because I understand this is your family, bro. This is your wife or whatever it is, and this is your baby mama. Even though this is my girl, bro, she got more respect and love for me than she do for you, brother. Let's be honest. So it's like, she ain't gonna, her side is with me for sure. Now, because me and her ain't together, me and her on bad terms right now she probably will go on the internet and say some old bullshit about me. But other than that, she got more respect for me than she do for him. So I just left the situation alone, though.
Well, Mondo, man, thank you for coming in. And I feel like you put in a bunch of puzzle pieces of this whole story, being there from the very beginning.
For sure.
And ultimately, I mean, this was the biggest story in hip hop for a few years. I mean, now you got the whole Lil Durk situation. Now you got the Diddy situation. And I feel like going after rappers with RICOs has become the new norm.
Yeah.
But now the feds is taking over.
Yep. Now the feds get into it, facts. And once the feds get into it, it get real scary, man. It's hard to beat them people.
Do you think that, like, Lil Durk situation, because now Lil Durk has a second murder for hire charge.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not only is he being charged for the murder for hire where Quando's cousin, Pab, gets killed, but now he's being charged with murder for hire against the guy who killed his brother, D-Thang.
Mm-hmm.
And there's like 5 co-conspirators, there's cooperators and so forth. When you look at the Durk case, do you think it'll go the way of the Young Thug case, or do you think that he might end up having to do life in prison or 30 years or something like that?
I'm not gonna say how much time or what but it's definitely not gonna be like Thug case. This is federal. When the feds get you, man, they got you for something. It might not be for the serious shit, but when the feds get you, you going down for something. It might not be a long time, but when the feds get you, you might as well you going down for something. I don't know what it's gonna be for, but when the feds get you, they got you. It's hard to beat the feds. It's like, I don't really know too many people.
98%.
Yeah, they don't
admission
play.
rate.
They don't play. I don't know too many people beating the feds.
And what's crazy is Drew Findling, who I know, who I've interviewed before, who was representing YFN Lucci at the time, is representing Lil Durk, but he's also representing NBA Youngboy.
Right.
So the two guys at the heart of this beef, where you see so many people getting killed and going to prison and everything else like that, same lawyers working for both of them.
Yep.
And getting a check from either one of them.
Yep.
And not even tripping.
And not tripping. I mean, I always say too, man, these lawyers are smooth criminals.
Yeah.
Because they can do shit like that. Like, they can go, man, that shit is crazy. Like, these lawyers are something else, man. These lawyers are something else.
They really are, man.
Yeah.
But, you know, he referred a lawyer to me for this other situation I'm going through. And once you get a top-notch lawyer, you really get to see the difference.
Hell yeah. That's how I started seeing it with Miss Willis. Like, she might not be a super, super big top-notch lawyer like Brian and all these other guys, but she really do got pulled, bro. And that's when I started realizing, like, this politics shit and this shit with these judges and DAs and all this shit, like, that shit really real. Like,
No,
you got
it's
some
real.
pull, boy. You can do some shit. Like, you
No,
feel
it's
me?
real. If you got
Hell
real
yeah.
money to hire a real lawyer,
Hell yeah.
don't play around with your life.
Hell no.
Don't
Spend
play
that money.
around with your freedom. Whatever, get the best person you can and scrape up the money the best you can,
Yeah,
because you get one of these public, public defenders.
Yeah, these bullshit ass lawyers, you fuck
you,
around and get
you will-
railroaded.
You're going to prison.
Yes, you're gonna get railroaded. And that's
They
what
will
happened to me.
tell you, they're just trying to get this case off their desk.
Yes, that's what happened to me when I first went. I didn't even supposed to go to prison for that robbery. Like, I just had a little poop-put ass, bullshit ass lawyer. Didn't really know. That was my first real serious case. I took a first offenders and still went to prison. If I know what I know now, I would just took my first offenders and went on probation and got probation. I didn't supposed to take a first offender and still go to prison. Nah, man, that was some bullshit. And then I didn't have a gun or nothing. I didn't supposed to go to prison for that shit. That's when I realized, like, yeah, I'm not playing with these lawyers. I'm gonna make sure I study this lawyer shit and make sure I study these people.
Well, Mondo, man, appreciate you coming in. And, congratulations on helping to co-found what I feel is a very important crew in hip-hop.
For sure.
YSL is a name that I think will carry on for a long time with a lot of different prominent artists.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see how YSL develops now that Young Thug is on probation and Gunna ain't really part of the situation, whether it's going to be new artists or whatever. But I think what you guys built was dope.
Yeah,
and
man.
it created a lot of
appreciate it.
positivity, created millionaires, created millions of fans and so forth. And, YSL went through what they went through, but at this point it's over.
Facts.
And luckily you managed to stay out of prison.
Yeah,
because
man.
I think you even said this, that if you didn't get locked up, you probably would have been
I would have.
right there with Thug and your brother and everyone else.
Would have, man.
You
That's
got
how,
lucky.
Yeah, that's how God operate, man. He got me out the way. At first I was, like I said, I was a little drunk behind it, devastated because my brother was, around the time my brother started seeing real me, and I went to prison. But God don't make no mistakes. He got me out the way. And, I'm right here to talk to you now, man. Free, man.
That's what it is, man. Appreciate you coming in.
I appreciate
Till
you,
next
lad.
time.
For sure.
Peace.